Very good evening to you and a warm welcome if you're just joining us. We start with this. In a dramatic turn of events, the defense has flipped the script, accusing state witness Lourentia Lombaard, formerly a co-accused, of being the mastermind behind Joshlin Smith's disappearance. This revelation came after 7 days of intense cross-examination that concluded today. Lombaard took the stand for 2 weeks, but her testimony has been called into question by the defense. Let's find out now how the day went, and we speak to Newzroom Afrika's Nasiphi Same, who talks to us from Saldanha Bay. Nasiphi, good evening to you. And we have wrapped up this cross-examination today of Lourentia Lombaard. How did she cope on the stand today, and where does the defense come from with this turn of events that it is her who possibly orchestrated the disappearance of the child?
Well, what I can say is that she looked well in the witness box this morning and afternoon, while under cross-examination by the defense. As you remember, that at the foot of the cross-examination by Kelly Smith's lawyer, Lourentia Severine, she fell ill and we had to abruptly adjourn yesterday. But today the defense, one would say, pulled a reverse Uno card on Lourentia Lombaard, putting it to her that she is the one that orchestrated the disappearance of Joshlin Smith and was saving her own skin by implicating the mother of Joshlin Smith. And this was the interaction between the defense and the key state witness, Lourentia Lombaard, earlier this afternoon.
My instructions from accused number 3 are that on the evening of the 19th, when she realized that her child Joshlin was missing, she was informed by accused number 2, you were the last person to be seen with Joshlin.
These lies.
I'm further instructed that she then came to your house that evening, but did not find you there.
She's lying.
I'm instructed that it was only Ayanda with the children, and he could not explain your whereabouts.
She's lying.
I'm instructed that the possible reason that you are implicating her is to save your own skin. I'm also instructed that she believes that it was you and Ayanda who were the mastermind and who had committed this offense.
Not true, my lord. It's saying Buddha.
So, Nasiphi, let's then...
Well, only one could then argue.
All right, apologies. Please go ahead.
Apologies, you may continue.
No, you pick it up.
Well, one might then argue, Xoli, apologies for that. One is going to then argue Lourentia Lombaard placing Joshlin Smith's mother at the center of the orchestrating of Joshlin's disappearance. And today we're now hearing, according to Kelly through her lawyer, that it is indeed the key state witness that is the mastermind behind this. So the question is, who is the real mastermind? We now know Joshlin has been missing for over a year. Investigation into the disappearance of Joshlin continues. But with that being said, we also saw the investigating officer today, Captain Lombaard, taking to the stand, who again painted a very grim picture when it came to the mother and how detached she was during the initial stages of the investigation. And this is what he had to say this afternoon.
To my surprise,
Sy aan my gesê dat
she said to me
Joshlin nie meer in Saldanha Bay is nie.
that Joshlin is not in Saldanha Bay anymore.
Sy moet aangaan met haar lewe.
She wants to proceed with her life.
Van sy het nog 2 ander kinders.
Because she's got other 2 children.
Sy moet aangaan met haar lewe.
Proceed with her life. Because she's got other 2 children.
So, Nasiphi, that's the wrap of the testimony by Lourentia Lombaard, who effectively is a state witness. The credibility of her evidence, I suppose that will now be left to the presiding officer, the judge. What happens tomorrow?
What we can expect is for Captain Lombaard to continue with his testimony, but somewhere in his testimony will be entering a trial within trial. And that came about because of the statements that were made by two of the accused, Jacqueline Apollos, including Stefano van Rijn, where they alleged that police officers had allegedly used heavy-handedness during the investigation stages, or when they were arrested, they alleged that police used brutal force, or rather used force, to coerce them into a confession. So we will also be seeing that in the midst of the testimony by Captain Lombaard.
Nasiphi Same live for us in Saldanha Bay. Thank you very much. Wrapping up the day for us in the Joshlin Smith disappearance trial.